him. Meanwhile, sure, big, exceeding expectations. We'll celebrate that. But a defeat over FlyQuest, that's all they've got in their back pocket. Their trophy cabinet, not nearly as impressive, even though VP lost a phase. Mere rounds between them and a playoff booking already. So let's get into it. VP, they've got the apps control. Big going heavy on this brackets crossfire. No eyes on Balk, however. Interesting. They're going 4 players top mid. Very adamant that VP come their way. First contacts B site where Tabson solo holds.
Norbert's about to see a lot of people. Oh, he's ready for Crimbo.
Hangs on for it. Another set of eyes prized down middle. Norbert can't manage the second. There's JDC's impact. Ooh, a little sloppy from Electronic. No trade frag. JDC, hello. 3 kills deep. You can only beat the teams that are in front of you. So we could sit here and criticize that FlyQuest win as not being too impressive, but damn it, JDC. 3 frags inside of the boiler like it's absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm off the desk, I got to say, I always knew JDC was going to show us 3 great series in a row. And John doing clutches, as they say. Wow, I mean, what a great round out of him. He did dodge a few bullets right there, so not a great time for Electronic to look a little sloppy. And there is a quote from him in a recent article where he says he's trying to like unlock a part of him that we haven't seen before. So that's the thing that he kind of has to prove to us is real and is not just, you know, the brisket is treating him well here in Dallas, and we'll have to see if that continues on.
Kind of spiritual, man. Unlocking new parts of yourself. Maybe a little...
He's just on his self-help arc right now.
Little Louisiana voodoo. Quick trip from Texas, I hear. Oh, okay. Norbert.
Sometimes playing good, sometimes playing bad, said Norbert.
You know, it's a simple mantra, but there's a little truth to it. And honestly, we see Norbert take over maps individually. We see Norbert fall behind all. So hot and cold. And right now, cold. 2 kills back from Big. Nice dink out of Electronic. A little bit sharper than what we saw in the boiler round pistol attempt. But his exit from balcony will do no good for VP. And we've got James trudging along top middle. So Big, looking to bank in on some strong CT sides. I think that, you know, Searson to come alive on that AWP could definitely bolster some of their defensive rounds. You know, if you're going to take away Inferno in this series, I'm looking to Searson, and my eyes are cautiously optimistic for JDC as well, but it's consistency upon both, right? That is kind of Searson's talking point.
This is also Big trying to prove that they are more than God B, and because, you know, they've cut him from the roster, and he kind of explicitly said in his replies that it was initiated by the majority of the players. So I think that he didn't want to leave the team as a coach. I also think, you know, for us watching, I couldn't imagine Big without him as a coach, personally. But obviously they know more about him and their relationships to him and, you know, what works and what doesn't for their roster than we do. Unfortunately, that's always going to be somewhat 70% of mystery, I would say.
For sure. I mean, even, you know, assistant coach Kakafu coming out and saying, like, he wasn't prepared for it either. So if it's majority of the team initiated the kick and the assistant coach was still kind of in the dark, just goes to say maybe this really did catch more than just got B off guard.
German Shuffle is dark and full of secrets.
Oh, just like their dungeons. Absent. Looking to set up Process from the corner. They still don't know about him. Split jumps over to the cross, and that Tech 9 gets a little closer, but Process is low health, right? There was an exchange of grenades at the start of this round that softened up one of these pieces. Gun round for VP as well needs to be added. That Tech 9 upgraded because Fame's weapon gets picked up, but a little slow ramp hold still. We hit the 40-second mark, and half these players still barely out of spawn. No hyper-aggression from Big on the A side of the map, and there's that element of surprise from Process, but he loses support. Norbert taking one with him is key. Process, come on! 3 frags off the SMG, swings with the USP, and with this missed smoke, we wonder, inside of it, are those the hopes of VP? Because James is already off to the save, and that is just a massive MP9 moment. The value of the element of surprise, right? Goes unchecked in the corner, walks away with 3 frags and a huge recovery for Big.
Yeah, that's nice. All right, that is really nice. Now we have Inferno coming in as VP. This is the map where people have been crashing on at the major. Obviously, James crashed in a very important round. So I think this is it's a map that because of the this is part of the reason Dallas is playing on the update, because it's fixed some of the game crashes. And I think restored confidence, yeah. Because at Bet Boom, when we were casting, Inferno wasn't played a single time.
True, correct, yep. See, Counter-Strike, man, we're so resilient. We'll find solutions. Just don't play it. 6-map pool. Agent skins? Don't know about them. If only we could find a fix to Vertigo, you know what I'm saying?
And your Gamma Doppler.
Ah, dude, they put it back for a day.
They did?
Well, I mean...
Oh, before.
The update that quote-unquote broke it, and in my eyes made it better, but then they quote-unquote fixed it.
They fixed it by $4,000.
Yeah. Yeah. Trimming the hedges. Pistols back from VP, so we get a little half buy. Also, on the first day we saw VP, we weren't working with the new economy. Oops. So yeah. Now we'll have to keep a close eye on it all, because Virtus.pro crunch numbers. The James economy meter soon to be implemented across the scene. And again, we're going to get this deep control from Process. Now, you see, he's tricked them though, Mo. He changed sides on the banana push. They'll never see this coming.
Is he Bell? Is he Logs? Can never catch this guy.
Fame. See, it works. Another 30K. Out from the corner. Nice time flash there as well. You can see the third player stumbling because of it. So really good support going on between Process and Tabson. And, well, hold on. Electronics up to some wild antics. The bomb carrier is looking to cross while the smoke is just about to fade. There's a slight chance that they could overwhelm the A site and at the very least plant. But you want to risk the M4? You know you've got James in your ear probably calling for the save. They're going to double up. Electronic taking it closer towards Arch. Ooh, timing peek from JDC. Missed shots. Electronic gets to the next piece of cover, still layering up upon one another, and it's working out. That's a second gun picked up. Nope, never mind. Norbert doesn't stretch out for it. There goes Electronic, but they enable the bomb plant at the very least. So, yes, sir, he'll get away with it. No additional kill, but hell, you'll take the money and the bit of damage you do by dropping JDC on top of it.
Yeah, definitely good amount of money right there. But still a 4th round here for Big, and not very close rounds. Lots of good kills. Players are looking good. JDC's continuing on. And obviously, I would predict if Electronic and JDC have 2 good series in a row, Electronic will be the one to have 3. JDC most likely will, return to the mean, if you will. But it's a very new situation over at Big, going, full German. They've just released God B. There may be some new stories emerging. So if JDC says it's one thing. If we see it, that's another. And we are starting to see it.
Process looking sharp again. Insta-kills Electronic. Flit and Fame still not on the board. And Process gonna keep it that way. Looking for his 3rd consecutive banana 3K. And Virtus.pro kind of adamant about taking this part of the map, but every time they've tried, they've just been completely struck down. So Process doing an excellent job to kick off this best of 3. Smoke grenade from Tabson, incendiary right in front of it. If Fame thinks his chances are better, well, he's at least got Process stunned and behind sandbags, but they fall back through the fire, and that baits Process into the peak. Great coverage out of James to at least put one down on the big camp.
Don't give him chances like that. You just had another really good start to the rounds. James waited for the opportunity. Still at a minute.
JDC tucked in. Oh, Fame just gives him the freebie by jumping over. Norbert will respond. Bomb to be picked up soon. Pit player just keeping his head down. This is going to be Crimbo.
Oh, they
Big Crimbo from the pit.
He can nade it.
Uses line of sight. He could, but he chooses not to. Trying to play by surprise. Now the jig is up. Ooh. I believe he saw the foot. There's the nade. Better use for the frag. James trying to get away. Will have to fire off against Searson at 23 HP. Will he take the gamble of hitting sight? Tabson's going to take the choice away. 5-0 the start. And Big looking fresh.
Yeah, James kind of overcooked it. They're going arch through. He smoked Moto, went arch. Obviously 2-on-4 or whatever it was. So he has to find another way, creative way to get a kill before they plant. But they could have used some extra help to get into pit side. So clean game so far. Half buy comes in for Virtus.pro. And they've got a very fast alt play, it looks like, coming up. I don't know if they're going to stage up at the end of falls and pop out, or if they're going to split. No, it looks like they are just going to go for a lane take. This is like the phase lane take.
The 1CT, Searson forced off the angle, so Arch very much compromised. Whoa. Great grenade over the building. Just bounced that bad boy for 50 damage. Crimbo tucking tail and trying to keep himself alive inside the pit. Will cover the cross, doing a great job of keeping Searson alive a little longer, long enough for JDC to slip out. Just through the smoke, he pushes, takes the risk, delivers the 2K, and forces this 4v2 upon VP. They're feeling scrambled in the bomb site. Op covers pit. Crimbo's dead. Guns come out. Tech9. No! James gets the team kill, and Tabson clears the board.
Damn, okay, wow, they actually pulled off an arch wrap and nearly got some extra kills. James, if he didn't get that Tech9 frag, do they actually make that even uglier? That's the question. Did we get a bomb down at the end? I didn't even...
Don't think so.
Oh,
no, sir.
Pull that off. Stray bullet. Well, that's quite unfortunate. They got into the site. That's actually pretty hard to do. And they went that most ambitious route via arch. But they didn't end up getting a plant.
Quick opening kills and a missed chance for Searson to take the man advantage. It's going to leave Crimbo up in the apartments where there has been room for Electronic to work pretty easily. Oh, the re-aggression from Crimbo clips his wings. And Big, do they show any sign of stopping? The 7-0 queued up as Tabson's going to get aggressive in Banana. Fame sticks on the angle, but Process is there to trade frag back. Flit looking to catch him, but doesn't peek while the hands were busy. Norbert will find Searson. Back and forth we go, but bomb is in T-spawn at the minute mark. So VP, they got some time to cook.
And Crimbo, does he have a timing? Oh man, because Norbert's running to go and get the bomb, I mean, he might give away the audio right here. Oh, more than that. Could just literally be both kills. We'll see how Crimbo plays it. Oh! Norbert wise enough to even go and check that, just in case.
Bomb will be grabbed by Flit. Knows he's got a duel at the B site isolated. Can Process stop him, or at the very least, soften him up and slow him down? It's a slow start from Flit, who just throws caution to the wind, not even suspecting the second player to be the anchor, which is odd. Process, hard dedicated B-site player this entire time, sat behind Nubox and takes the clutch for free.
Well, this is definitely not the game that everything I said today was completely wrong. Big are playing extremely well. They're destroying VP, who I thought were going to be amazing. I said VP were going to do a lane take. They ended up going arch. Like nothing I'm saying is actually true or real in any sense. So I'll just have to see how this half plays out, because this Big is actually alarmingly good right now. I really thought yesterday that it was just such a close game that I thought VP were going to win yesterday at some point when watching that phase game. And you know, it could be phase down here, but I thought VP would just be equally strong and have no trouble in this matchup. But this is quite the opposite. It's big trouble.
I was right there with you, Mo. Just, I mean, 3 rounds the difference, and Virtus.pro take away the game to phase. They're in playoffs already. So Big coming out, you know, I thought promising things versus FlyQuest, right? Individual level looked good, but FlyQuest, you know?
Just
FlyQuest.
learn a lot from that, yeah.
Right? Or what you think you can learn, you're kind of a skeptic just because of the namesake. And yet, alas, here we are, 7 rounds up over top of VP. And, I mean, the Riflers are feeling a little muted, right? Electronic's not having the lights-out games that he had in the previous 2 versus Heroic nor FaZe. We've got Flit and Fame both on a frag apiece. It's Norbert and James trying to keep this boat afloat, but Process popping holes in it every step of the way. Again, he's going to take his impact down Banana. Not a multi-frag this time, but a perfect setup as Tabson just keeps himself crouched in the corner. Little jiggle on the walls, not enough to stop him. Tabson's going to go multi-fragging, and Norbert's going to go away for the save because this is big, up by 8.
There's even a quote from Dexter after that game where he's like, "We were unprepared," which is just such a crazy thing to read because, like, what were you doing then? But you know, that game even drew a little bit less confidence for me out of the result that Big had, where they did really well in that game. But if Dexter also says we were unprepared, it's like, well, how good were they then? It's just like, was it just easy? But no, this is peak right now for Big. 8-0, and definitely VP. We can say what's wrong. Like, Electronic is not having a good game. They're not fragging that well. But Big are awesome across both sites. Between Process and JDC on the A site, it's a shutdown.
Oh, nice slide out from Norbert. That one will catch you off guard. A little underhand from Crimbo gets them to turn, but he's also got short side to worry about. We've seen good things from JDC when he just comes flying out from Library. And it's looking like he could do it again. Fame clipped off the side of Arch, and that bomb stagnates. But look at the B site, free and clear for the taking. But they lose numbers before everybody can go and join Flit, who wasted no time getting deep on this site. And the depth of his push is going to catch Process off. No chance there. Free M4 upgrade, Tabson posted, no trade frag. Flit gets his, and finally a little impact from Flit. Couldn't come at a better time. VP looking to get 4 rounds max on this T side, and it was the quick lack of hesitation from Flit to just go so deep on B that guarantees this one.
Ironically, he's the guy in the VP game, the one guy who really was having a bad day on the last map, and he's the only guy who has a little bit of impact here on Inferno. So nice one from Flit, sneaking in. It's not often you see VP make a rotate like that on this site. They look like they were definitely well committed towards A or B split of some sort, which I guess is what could have been taking place. But the rotations were very strong for Big, and they still could have won. They still could have won the retake 4v3 if Flit didn't get those extra 2 kills in Strata Construction.
Just that too, right? That sliver of a gap through the smoke, trying to keep it alive. But all those numbers is what so committed Big to the A rotation and opened the door to B. They've done it. First one's the hardest. See how many they can recover here. It's right back to the banana antics. Process trying to get himself down to the corner. Flit is right on the other side of smoke, but Process slots in. Searson's going to find the opening kill. That's going down towards middle. His counterpart in James is just a couple steps behind, but no trade frag. Pretty consistent opening kills coming out from Big today. This time Process will have to throw down the smoke. They're going to nade him out of it. So nicely done by the utility of Virtus.pro to peel a player off B. And with that deep player, they're thinking maybe there's banana control to be had. They're not wrong. Tabson scrambles back to site.
It's a great find. There was time pressure to get out of Bell, or out of logs, but it was not enough time for him to do that. So Tabson, he's got no smoke for himself. He's got to swing.
Ooh. Tried. Fame with the crisp headshot. JDC spams away. Can't quite clear the planter. Utility for the retake's not the best. Crimbo's nade, smoke on Searson, and with this CT side starting to come towards its end. It looks like the save call is made. They'll allow the second to slip by, and VP starting to make enough of a T side to keep the conversation once the switch goes down. Big gonna write off their losses in round number 10.
That's true. I mean, they have met their quota here. 8 is solid, but yeah, Big can still keep the game alive. Comes to playing quad, I mean, if he got, you know, any kind of kills, maybe JDC pushes through and doubles down on the aggression as they were on that rotate back to Arch in the last round. But overall, that looks like such an easy fight for VP. They actually use utility alone, basically, to get the kill bottom banana after Searson gets his opener. They use the spam to keep him in there, too. That was very clever. And this frag is just way too easy. Tabson definitely needed some support flashes, at least if he was going to take a fight.
Neutralizing Process before he gets a chance to go for the multi-frag. Key piece to take in Banana, otherwise he has been the king of that half of the map. You know, we said we want utility for Tabson, but he's been the guy throwing all that supportive util. Been a key piece to Process's success. Unfortunately, that dries up in the round prior. But they keep the purchase healthy. Utility primed. This time we get Tabson looking to stack up inside of middle, so apartments control being contested. Crimbo just laying down utility, but big double nade up into the boiler with the Molotov. If anybody was there, they were done for. Luckily for Big, it's not the case. They'll boost Crimbo top porch, leave balcony open for the time being, and just bank that Electronic doesn't creep out, because he has at time tested that balc peak. For now, he tucks back. Molotov on banana, players stale behind wall and no challenge. Searson, how much of a risk do you run? Lucky he doesn't get caught in the cross towards sight. Fame will come around it with the flashbang. No contact made just yet. We see Tabson starting to come over here, and VP very much preparing themselves for this B commitment. It's a sea of smoke grenades, a Molotov in the execute out of Norbert in just a moment. We'll see if that takes Process off oranges. He's taken to the top rope. All is good for the positioning. What about the shots? Process falls down, but still alive. There's nothing. Both players in the site fall empty-handed, and the closest rotate dropped. VP with clinical execution.
Yeah, I mean, they got B control, and then that site hit was so strong. The site defense was so weak, though. They need to... obviously, there's a very small window where you can try to get the fight, you know, as your smoke plumes on the choke point of banana at the top of car, and you try to fight, try to get one kill that way. From second oranges, you can get 2 frags if you dodge the flashes correctly, but they weren't dodged correctly, and then Searson could not track a bullet. So that was, yeah, obviously not ideal. For Big, we are still in the conversation that they've met their quota, but we do have VP wiping the crust out of their eyes now.
Crimbo hanging on for dear life. We saw the 2 saves last round. Oh, and he gets away with it. So that'll help as the money starts to dry up for Big at the tail end of this CT side. Final round of the defense. Excellent start off of the back of Process and to JDC with some pretty important timings out from the library peaks. But now this B site's getting targeted and it's starting to fall. It feels like without that deep control of Banana, without those 3Ks coming out of Process from the corners, when it comes down to the bomb site itself, that's where Virtus.pro have an edge. And an edge that at the very least gives them 3. So Searson, a wider angle. And the Banana fight unfolds again. Flit first, connects. Tabson takes him back. That op is in the mix of it all. And Searson, waiting for his target on the fire, holds the line. JDC, do you peek? No. Safer approach. Drops smoke. Crimbo's right behind him with an additional piece of util. So they start to burn down that clock.
They're fighting for it, which I think is correct. VP, they can't let VP have both banana and come back to mid. I like the way that JDC played it, not to swing, but to make sure that they don't come back to try to get this information. Lets them know they have brackets at the same time. Even though he doesn't want them to fight, he wants to make sure they don't even want to think about it.
Tabson knows about to get overwhelmed. He is done. They're going to catch him on the side of the smoke. I'd say he's lucky to be alive. If he still is. 15. Down he goes. Electronic hones in on him. And they thought there was a timing there with the JDC smoke down that they had to move Searson out of sight. VP just a bit of pep in their step, right? A faster pace than maybe you come to expect from Jame. They barrel at Banana. Oh, he holds off on the flank, getting his 5th kill of the half, and this is a forced retake and a 2v4. An excellent recovery coming out of VP with 4 rounds straight by the looks of it. Searson keeps eyes back box. Crimbo looks to push past. Only a decoy here to work with, and it's a missed shot out of James, so an open door for Crimbo still. Nice wall bang to finish off James. We've got that dark player occupied, but it's the porch that holds Electronic. He's got it in, and Fame there to close. So 4 indeed at the tail end. They left the door ajar, and VP break it off its hinges. Adaptation, the name of the game. It was a daunting task to get past this man at the start of the half. Process multiple 3Ks. down Banana, and it felt like that portion of the map was closed, but you wait until the tail end of the half, you wait for Process to give you a little wiggle room out from those deep corners, and suddenly VP string 4 rounds a row in order to try and get back that momentum that they had versus FaZe that led most of us to believe today was their day and that all was good in the VP camp. So a CT side between them and Big with a tantalizingly close victory on map 1. If they could secure the pistol, which we know has been a pain point for VP, no pistol wins versus FaZe. This is the one. This is the one to take.
It's like they watched Play with Simple when they got those 4 rounds back because, you know, it's one person who knows how to beat Big, it's him. But James is working on his own course right now. Flit alone here at Coffins, which essentially means they're either going to retake mid or hard rotate, and hopefully he gets, you know, 1 or 2 taps in. But this is a position you'd like to be in if you were Big.
Defense banks entirely on Flit. Now he's got the smoke, he's got the incendiary, so if he sees the buzz of this approach, for sure he's dropping util. Oh, weird. Is that enough to deter them? Is that enough to make them scramble? No. CT's starting to get antsy on the A side, so they're going to use that Molotov and smoke timing to go for an aggressive bottom mid push. They are confident now that it's an all-in B, and Flit will concede. So giving up the site and banking on the retake, Norbert playing with a kit. Tabson tries to come back to Banana, but they've found themselves already corralled. Look at him scramble, try to get off of that site. Going for the plant now, surely. Process delaying it, stuck behind the column of the fountain now. They've got the wrap back, the CT peak from Searson's huge, and Crypto's gonna close it.
The wrap back is what they needed, absolutely. Sneaking by to construction, that was the hard part. It looked like VP nearly in time to stop them from doing that. It was a really cool use of utility there, I would say, from Flit that almost bought enough time for that to be a simple, like an easy retake. But instead, Big, they expand on the site quickly enough. They get past the utility. They also respect the molly, don't overstep, don't take any extra damage. And of course, no kills come down. So looked like it was scary if they'd get the plant in the end, but they had really good positions to get the frags.
The UMPs spread across the board, MP9s with it all, but Big with the edge. And an open runway to a map 1 win. So long as they convert this. Pretty quiet map from Searson considering his event, but that wrap through construction to the CT cross was instrumental in winning pistol. And an additional smoke dropped at the front of B site will keep Big at bay. Crimbo operating on his own. Gotta be cautious on the A approach. And the nades negligible at best. Fame taken to 91. Excuse me, 91.
It's trying to scare them that he's close, I guess. So, yeah, it'll keep the attention of the CTs. It opens the window here perfectly for Big. This is a nice move. They get their timing again. 1 on B, 4 on A.
Smoke comes over Flit, his nade hoping to do tons of damage here. No teammates to support. It's a replay of the pistol, but with better weapons for Big. He does indeed just kind of skirt his way back to the CT cross for going all control of Coffins and of the round. Cue up the save. This is a 10th for Big and literally 0 contest out of Virtus.pro.
Yeah, just that 1 HE and that's it. They fall back. They were really, again, hoping that it was going to be an A-site finish, and it wasn't. So game plan extraordinary here for Big as we switch over sides. And yeah, it was a comeback for VP in the first half, but Big have 2 halves of their game plan. And yeah, the calling's been solid so far. So what can you say? These rounds are gambling on CT side, what you think is going to happen. VP just happen to be wrong when maybe they need to be right. Because their pistols and their eco rounds thereafter haven't been very helpful for them in the last 2 days.
Silver lining is everything is saved, not a single player taken down for that one, so it's a freebie for Big, 1 step closer to the finish line a little cautious as they creep through the bushes and see nothing in that B site. So it was nothing but a smoke. That's all the resistance they had in the round prior. Knowing, of course, that there's going to be a bolstered buy this time around. We get a few trimmings added to the mix, a few more smoke grenades, a frag for Flit, and this time bodies. Or no, just a cache of utility. So they're going to run it back. You know what they say, third time's the charm.
This time we've got VP a little bit more curious on the A side of things.
Smokes down again, nading open the CT cross. Flit almost dead already, starting to draw a player back, but Bomb's also down on T-ramp, so doesn't look to me like Big are ready to just pounce as of yet. It gives time for Virtus.pro to reallocate the numbers if they want. Crimbo's sizing up the bracket hold, and if they see, confirm, this 4-player A stack, then all of a sudden, you know Process is ready to go pummeling into the B play, especially as that smoke's about to come up. Flit has another one to go down, but they may just test the timing. They've grouped themselves up. The smoke is ahead of them.
But this is the G2 setup, right? So if they, or the Heroic, if they go down mid, then they're at least here in brackets now instead of back on the site, so they can do that way faster. So Flit's got that last smoke again. They want to respect it. Now they're terrified because I think they know exactly what the setup is. But Flit's actually just leaving. Man, they really don't think it's going to be B at this point of the round. No one's here on brackets. They don't have any info on halls, admittedly, but the exact same strat is happening.
So they'll go for the fast flank and hope that that flank is fast enough. In the pistol, we saw it catch players off guard with how quick they were inside Banana. Crimbo's going to hear it coming at him, and he offers nothing of a hold. We get this deep CT position over towards Tree. That's Searson on the MAC-10, but you've given an AK to Norbert, a slightly better tool for the job. No utility for the retake, though. So to get out from Banana, this crossfire is going to go huge. MAC-10 gets 2, and Searson collects. Just like that, the SMGs topple what's left of VP. Electronics hoping to move that AK into the next one, but it's 3 rounds flat from Virtus.pro and only 2 away from a map 1 win for Big.
It's like they remedied their last 2 rounds because the same thing happened again, except they took the entire magic out of it, right? And that was having Flit stay on the B site. If he's not there to hold on to construction and stop the wrap, then how are they going to know that Searson's sitting there in CT holding the best crossfire ever? Either if he dies, then at least they know that early, and they don't have to commit 5 guys to trying to attack the site. So this is a very strange idea for me with VP, and they're very strange. So I hate criticizing them sometimes because they make it work. But in this situation, it's like 3 times in a row, you basically let Big do the exact same thing, and this was sort of your worst try on the defense.
Finally, Virtus.pro going to be stepping forward with a solid purchase. But it's not just the guns, it's putting them in place. So we'll see if they run it back again. Not likely. Already, more numbers, strong towards Banana, but Process thriving in between all the utility. TCT side doesn't matter. A double MAC-10 entry. And Fame finally puts him down, but now the trade potential's there. Norbert picks one up on the A site, but screw it. B belongs to Big. It's the bomb that's problematic, soon to be scooped up, and VP about to go down to a 7-round deficit.
No kidding. I don't even think they want this anymore.
8.
Yeah, 8 in just a few seconds. They already know there's no retake coming. That was a handed defeat on the B site. 2 players without head armor who could have had it from the last round. Again, if they just saved again, right? They didn't need to go for that with no utility, especially after Flit left to the B site or to the A site, and they literally actually would have had some players with head armor. And this one, a MAC-10, just, man, you don't see VP get embarrassed like this too often, and especially versus Big, who they never lose to. So this is really, really surprising. Again, no recent results, no head-to-head, nothing really points to this being possible. But the fashion of which VP have just atrophied to looking like how they were playing before Bet Boom is sort of pretty incredible, to be honest.
I mean, this was the best version of Big we had seen with Electronic in the last 48 hours in Dallas. It looked like touching down in Texas had done them some good. And they revert back to the shortcomings out of nowhere. Prosus, man of the match, undeniably so far. CT side doesn't matter. Absolute impact almost every round towards that B site. Hasn't taken a step on A, and it doesn't matter. Topping the charts, 18-9. Crimbo not far off behind him. Love it when your closer's also performing. When those A tests were coming his way, Crimbo stood up to it. But now with 8 chances to close out Inferno and to leave VP nothing shy of embarrassed in this best of 3. They'll go for a more stacked B bomb site, leaving Flit ahead of it. JDC, oh, he's ready. Prepared for the Norbert peek inside of Boiler. That's a huge pickup and a lot of pressure on James to do more than just that one. JDC gets out. James right down beneath him. He missed the timing. Oh, JDC just almost could have had that Flit flash stuck behind Wood. Searson's going to get him. And there's a little bit left here for the B hit, but it's low HP on Searson and Tabson and still 2 defenders in sight. A smoke soon to be popped by the frag if needed, but it looks like Electronic's going to finish this off on his own. Searson dead to fame, and VP will collect at the very least 1 CT round win with guns.
At least they stay alive, and because if it ended on some kind of force-up loss because they lost that MAC-10 round, then we really didn't get to see a CT side at all. But yeah, here's at least one good round for the memory books here for VP on Inferno. But Big are just so far in the lead. It's such
so far in the lead that a Virtus.pro comeback is impossible? Is that what you're inferring, Launders?
I mean, I'm the guy who said that Big winning this was impossible, so I feel like it'd be crazy to not say that it's possible.
Yeah, but that was analyst Launders, not caster Launders. 2 different people.
Yeah. So
2 different roles.
All right, so 7 rounds, they can come back.
It's Virtus.pro after all. All you have to do is give them that one. Like you said, they don't get embarrassed like this often. They don't get blown out of maps. And so to expect this to finish now seems foolish, but all it's going to take is another Prosus 2K with that MAC-10. Getting heavier numbers towards Banana. Ooh, opening kill. This will not help VP's endeavor, especially with everybody ready to overwhelm. Norbert swapping out to the op and no support coming over. If they just follow through with this A commit and trade, what is Norbert's multi-kill potential with an op of all things? He's getting chased down into the bomb site. His teammates scrambling over. Norbert swapping to the M4. Maybe he can hang. No, sir. Both A players down with nothing. 3v5 or 13-5.
And they move fast. They get out of there as well. They're also watching the arch rotations. Everyone's coming in from CT spawn. No way are they going to be able to 13-5 VP.
Bomb down, Searson posted. Easy pickup for him. Gun barrel betrays fame, who has had a very rough map at 6 and 14. Electronic body bagged alongside him. And believe your eyes, it is not just the FlyQuest victory. Big looking at the map 1 win against VP to boot. And a hot-handed Virtus.pro in Dallas has suddenly hit a cold streak. 13-5, map 1, and Ancient coming up next. This is a big that's turning heads in Dallas.
Yeah, let me put this into context. Again, in the 8 maps that they played against each other, VP have won every single time. And the last 4 times, Big have only got 10 rounds.
Formula that works thanks to Searson coming back, taking this opportunity seriously after being on the sidelines and not quite making waves as he would hope. It's a coming back together of a big clan that seems to work, and it's not Tabson at the top of the board, but it's still calling the shots without Gob B behind him. Map 2, can VP win a damn pistol?
Man, that would be actually insane if they just didn't win any pistols in 2 days. Is it possible?
Whoa.
Oh, bomb spotted. I don't think that information was exchanged either. Tabson back turned. Oh, wow. Never mind. He went to check just in case.
Searson gets the second one, and it's looking like the dry spell of pistol losses continues. Or Norbert, a little X factor, sends a bullet through the smoke and connects. If the bomb is planted, we've got a Molotov on Prosus. Ooh, disruptive molly for the back lane. That flushes them into the corners of lane, but that's when they decide to take their fights, and Norbert's going to deliver 2 more kills. Norbert coming out with a 3K, and it all falls to JDC. Taps away the first. Flit, James, they've been spotted, but he's still worried that James coming in from short, and that smoke grenade's going to block off his line of sight. It's going to be desperate for him to push out. Flit sticking this with the kit. Oh, and James gets the second. It's VP with a pistol that looked like they had lost.
They can win a pistol. Oh my God. Dude, that molly was so funny because it was like, it was so dastardly. They were like, we throw this molly simply so they can't leave, not so that they can't come in. Like, we're going to fight so hard, kill all the guys that are still here, and there's no way that they can exit out of the fight. They don't want to fight too bad, they have to. And then Norbert just kills them both when they come in. It was literally like such an interesting idea, but fell on its face when it came to like actually shooting.
Like, I would love to see it 10 more times to see how that's supposed to work out. But Norbert had other ideas. Not to mention, of course, he kicks that off with the, headshot through the smoke on Tabson, I believe. So just some quick work of Big in otherwise promising pistol. With the bomb plant, they opt to go 3 Desert Eagles, no utility. And they've already got a player up on green. This could be a compromised site if Fame gets overwhelmed. Deep CT control going to be trying to help out. Crimbo will connect at that distance. Fame will hold off long enough. Crimbo comes through with a second kill. And we know that Crimbo can clutch. But he loses bomb in the process. So unfortunately for him, it's going to be a very dire conversion from this point on.
He's also
ETs take over the site. Yeah. It's going to take some real zingers to save the day.
He's just hoping that they didn't go and re-clear this because he didn't let them know that he left, but they heard him from Donut, so.
They're cautious about him. Norbert's on the angle. Ooh, a chance. He can reach out for a better weapon if he wants it. That's both players confirmed. 20 seconds, and he's got him locked in. They're going to try to double up on the same angle. Surely that's enough to kill Crimbo, and it is. They'll close down on him. It's a valiant effort with just 3 Deegs, but no bomb plant for the follow-up. Still tons of money, and Big's first buy in round 3.
Yeah, he made it marginally scary right there, and they get 2 kills, I think, in total, for what it's worth. But still, yeah, it comes down to basically Fame holding the mouth of Donut, and he does a great job with his FOMness. 3 frags. Here comes the buy.
Fame dodges it, but the jump out's good. JDC off lane, dink down. Fast move from Process, just charging up the lane. We're going to get the ramp push from Norbert. And that's enough to recover. Process, another big round early on in this series. Flash for the ramp peak. He's got another fight, and he missed that too. Process doing everything he wants right now.
That's the map MVP from Inferno, coming through even hotter on Ancient. That is amazing out of Process. Not only does he run through his own smoke to help out in mid at the perfect time, come back through the smoke and hold for a lurk, but even is aware enough to think about the double layer attack on Banana with no one around to tell him. The only guy defaulting B in that situation. That's such an amazing round.
Just a round-winning individual moment from Process. I say round-winning, but hold on. Oh my God, he missed it. Okay, Crimbo still turns. They're gonna make sure Electronic can't get into any wild antics. Electronic's been he's been playing around in smokes lately, Mohan. Have you noticed this?
Yeah.
It's been getting real
what he does
weird.
Is he like sticks to a wall, walks really fast, stands right behind a smoke, waits. Sometimes he dies, sometimes you get a kill. Usually nothing that special happens, but he's always either inside the smoke, scaling up to be right beside a smoke, or ready to pop through a smoke. Those are his 3 emotional states right now.
Okay, early shortcomings for VP. It's the USPs into A main. Crimbo coming out. Sees them all. He's got cover as well from the teammates, so this should be good. It's mincemeat of VP. Tied game early. Big 2-all.
I guess that's what happens when you actually do lose a few players on a eco round. So the Crimbo and JDC pistol kills from that previous one result in the save. And actually, money just switches hands entirely now. Big have saved all their guns on that one, so, well, nice recovery already. And, man, just like that, look at the buy, you know? 1 eco with 3 kills into 1 full pistol save, and you're coming up with 2 MP9s and a FAMAS.
It ain't pretty.
Yeah.
Process again to his own devices.
They are so low on grenades, they cannot even fight for middle here. So this is a massive problem for VP. They have to try. I think they had to try to artificially scare him out of fighting in mid, but now they've just got to duel their way out. This is such a big advantage for Big Clan.
It's been a lot. I feel like there's been an uptick in Red Room and CT wraps going on in Dallas. Saw a lot of it out of FaZe, particularly versus VP as well. And
it's like old school Ancient coming back.
Yeah, always nice to see a little meta shift. So VP, because of that, have kind of been through the ringer. Ooh, fire feet from Norbert forced in. James now going to have to turn and fall back, but he will make sure he takes Process out before forfeiting total control of this site. The Red Room push holds off.
This is a matter of decision making. JDC doesn't necessarily need to get in this. Oh, but he will. Alive. Game trapped.
Forced back, the fire at his feet. His teammates trying to come bail him out of problems, and Tabson, does he decide to push all the way? Because James back's so exposed, he starts to walk forward between both. James tries to play the risk assessment. Instead, it is a slow squeeze into B, and Big thriving early on again.
Man, they look amazing. They look amazing. FlyQuest are like, look, see?
It's not just us, guys. But a very promising Virtus.pro getting beat up by Big early. Four alive on top of it.
And I mean, kills like that from Process are such round changers too. It's just the first one in cave by himself, like just before smoke comes up. But like, look at the space that comes from that. Look at the timing on the sight hit that comes from that. So he's again, he was stellar on Inferno, is already really impactful in this game. Oh, they're disrespecting the smoke entirely. CTs are late here. They're not scared of VP at all.
Process has no reason to be. Been having a field day with him. Even when he's on his own, so feeling bolstered by his teammates as we get the majority, the entirety of Big on the ramp. Dodged flash, not going to work out. Yes, it's a stacked site, but the Molotov's going to burn one out from the corner. USP, not meant for much. And even with the zany smoke here, plus, okay, boys, hold on. These nades are getting a little crazy.
Nades falling out of their eyes.
They're still going to walk away. VP forego it with nothing to be proud of.
Practice shots.
You're just warming up.
Don't even need to. Don't even need to.
You know, you just got to get through the blanks.
JDC was second highest rated player at the event, is what you said?
Yep, after 3 maps of play. Second highest rated player.
Could be coming for #1 now, but what, he had to be Monacy? Or...
Oh, damn, I don't remember #1.
Let me check.
I just remember checking the 10 players in this match and being bewildered that JDC was that high.
Zontix.
Ah, yes, that's it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1.43 for JDC after 3 maps. And then back on Inferno.
Thing is, like,
posts a 1.24, so yeah, he's still up there, man. If they blow him out of this second map, they're up in the conversation still.
JDC could be #1.
John De Castro.
We used to call them streamer lights back in the Mouse Academy League.
Ooh, fast play. Disrespect.
Wow. Crimbo, the entry frag.
Right there at the front of it. Crimbo given the good cover. And there's a wallbang potential for Flit as he pelts this bomb site with utility damage. They're concerned about the cave. That does force Jame into the fight, and Searson just got shredded. JDC goes deep. Missed shot from Jame at the man disadvantage. He jumps for the spot, sees it a second time, tries to swing. Flit starts to come out from cave, but he's smoked off now. It's such little health for Big to hang on with, but what is this disrespect?
Crazy. I mean, you can call it disrespect, but that flash was there. You know, he didn't just swing. It was really beautifully timed and everything. 3 players all blind when they were setting up back there. That's nice. I mean, Bigger showing us different tempos and everything. That was fierce. So it was Process up front, but Crimbo obviously stole the kill behind him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that makes sense. There's no way Crimbo could be in the front, right?
No, it just wouldn't be right. Right behind him, tethering nicely off of the spawn. They go flying in. Sure, taps and dies to the bomb, but a cost well invested. This is a big winning early yet again.
My goodness.
Look at that little smirk on Process. Not one to show his emotion, but if he can keep this up, there's no way he's not grinning at the dinner table tonight. Gotta get Jace.
Hey, they're secretly communicating.
While the referee is turned.
What was that? Yeah. Well, what the hell can you say about VP, man? They're just so hard to understand right now.
I really thought that Electronic was kind of bringing it to the table, and the moment he has a slowdown in Dallas, VP are nowhere to be found. Bring in the reinforcements. Rough series from his fellow riflers. Flit and Fame, kind of the stars of the show when it comes to the Colts in recent months, and the cool-off has been real. But how does one go from being that close to beating FaZe to getting bodied by Big?
You know, I mean, I would even like to speculate, but I literally can't understand it. I can't understand how they could keep up with FaZe yesterday and then not show anything today. I actually have no idea what I just want more insight from them to understand, but obviously it's harder to get.
Yeah, I mean, well, unfortunately, too, we've been trying to pry the Virtus.pro camp for just interviews from other people, but they just keep sending Norbert. And more Norbert, and more Norbert, and more Norbert.
There's only so much poor Norbert can say.
You know, and then when he says, well, some days I'm good, some days I'm bad, it's like, yeah, but what's going on in the camp, brother? Like, you feed me the information. You don't understand. You are such an anomaly at the moment. The people want to know what the hell is going on behind these VP doors, but sealed shut.
Oh my God, what are they doing with the bomb here?
Oh, you know, just hanging out.
Just gonna walk into the A site. They'll go and get the bomb, and VP don't actually push. They're wounded right now. I think, does James just die or what?
Oh, he's going to be smoked out.
And they left the A site. It's a perfect call again.
But without the bomb, you know, the window's open and VP could crawl through it.
Look how far ahead they are. Crimbo knows they wouldn't be readying for
guy
this.
Dead. Yeah, Electronics done for it. There's that red peak. VP just scrambled. JDC catches the kill in the back. Searson covers down to Donut, and this one falls apart even when Big seemed to leave some slack. That bomb left behind the pack. It is still a round that Big would have to throw. VP are getting outclassed.
They're getting outplayed. They're not the better team today. This is crazy. This is crazy good play out of Big. From game plan now all the way down to the rifling and JDC's consistency in this event. This is shocking. It's amazing.
It's a good day to be a Big fan. And a rough time cheering for VP. We thought maybe winning the pistol would kind of turn things around, right? The curse of Dallas had been lifted. Potentially all for naught. Flit's going to try to charge out. Great cover from Prosis. Norbert's down ramp. Will collect the kill Flit wanted on Tabson, but he is done for. Prosis is a machine.
He is. 6 kills of pure impact in this game, literally.
That's the SMGs in the dirt. Electronic tries to reach out and find it, but it's lost inside of this plume of smoke. Crimbo takes up the lane with bomb. And they're still wary of the flank because there's 0 A control. So there's this little disconnect between Crimbo and Searson that maybe Electronic slips into. But it looks to me like the T's are still so wary. If Crimbo dies, bomb drops, and the AK given over, things could go south. Meanwhile, cave control is getting taken. Electronic, he's got to be the guy. First and second. Reaches for the op, and that's the end of him. JDC will not let more than 2 slip. Can Fame do the same? From inside sight, Prosis on cave. His teammate in Jame is nowhere to be found, but Big slow this one down a bit.
Yeah, they just need to wait for JDC to get up the ramp. There's actually no reason for him to go out too quickly. So yeah, they do that perfectly. I mean, they do everything perfectly right now. It took 2 crazy 5-7 kills to make this close.
James sliding through on the flank, good for a clutch, connects the first one, swaps into the AK, but we have JDC at 13 frags now, burned out by the Molotov. He's gonna dive into the cave. The bomb is planted on the left side of the stack. Molly's still burning. He could go for the wall banger. Does he run back for the peak? James off the defuse, clean reposition and called out.
Yeah, I mean, that's great, actually. The Molly is the reason that he jumps back. That was his safest option. But unless he was going to rely on the spam through the wood wall, James could fully bait him out. I mean, who would cross to the left right there? That was actually amazing from James. So, well, it's Electronics' 2 amazing 5-7 kills, but an even better clutch in the end to close this out.
Nice control on the 5-7.
Yeah. I won't say JDC misplayed it or anything. I think he got completely outplayed there. That was really nice.
Well, it's a lifeline for VP's defense. Big clutch from Jame in round 9. But how will they solve the cause of their problems? That is early deaths for VP all too often. Norbert going to be set up here. Smoke is soon to fade. Flash comes out from the site. Enemy's blind, but Norbert doesn't full commit. Oh, and he gets stuck on the ramp. Luckily, he's gotten away with it. Tabson not that hot on the chase. Ooh.
Oof.
Mid control forfeited here. Flit on the retreat, and JDC is going to brave it through the smoke.
Again, he gets it. He got the timing. He's through the smoke already.
Crimbo's going to have his hands full. 2 players pushing in. Crimbo good for the 1. It's a fast trade frag from Electronic, but JDC could test this backline. It's just the FAMAS on Norbert. They both cross. The op is posted. JDC can keep going. Norbert's going to call that mid's compromised, but I think JDC's ahead of this. Yes, sir. Electronic blindsided. Op shot connects, and JDC can't clear out the A site on his own. Still, B soon to have teeth in it. Searson finds Jame deep, and B is now clear for the taking.
literally perfect. JDC lurking is one thing, but Searson posted on the angle well before as he leaves with a plan for JDC to scale, and then they have a option to either go A or B depending on where the kill comes from. They can follow Searson and his lead. And Flitz now too far away, you'd think, to do anything else. Process gets that frag. Wow, what a round from Big. That might be the most impressive of all.
When the pressure's on, to still go for the red peak, right? An adaptation, it's a different player to step forward. It's not just Process saving the day outside of B. JDC will not stop earning the rating that he has collected thus far in Dallas. Tethering so nicely with Searson, who just patiently sits on that angle, gets 2 kills in the round, critically kind of clears out the back line of the B site so the bomb can be planted and the round win guaranteed. As much as JDC's making space, Searson's making the most of it.
Yeah, he is. And you can see JDC talking a lot, and for some personal context, as a guy who would do interviews in We Play, he's obviously a great presence and energy and everything like that, but also just super well spoken. And I think somebody who I would assume is adding a lot to rounds and communication. Also, when they go to Brazil, he can speak Portuguese, so they have an advantage there.
We saw the Rio crowd cheering his name.
Yeah.
When Maus defeated Cloud9. Rio Major was a great high point for JDC's career prior to his removal from Maus. Felt like changes had to make it on that team, and he has found his home at Big. He has been so impactful for them in recent months, and that doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon in Dallas. 1 M4 here for Fame. It is in the middle of what looks like this A split. It's falling back to CT, a compromised position where majority of Big are looking to flex their way through. Flit coming in from B, smoked off for now. 2 players in spawn. This could set up Jame for a nice swing, but he's also being held in by Tabson, who now has to look away for the trade, the chase. It's a great response out of the defense. The op of Searson goes down with nothing, and they're making the most with so little. 1 rifle in the perfect spot, and VP a little more to stand on.
This is pretty funny. I mean, they game planned for that lurk only just because this happened twice in this game, 2-3 times. And they've had 3 players waiting for it. 1 fully committed 5-7 on the right. Another player outside A rotator coming in. They were ready for this one specific play. They put everyone in place for it. All the resources said, this is it. We're not letting this happen again, guys, no matter what. I don't care if they walk into the B site. They are not lurking mid. I respect that.
It's an adamant solution to what was a real problem. And now they can net themselves the reward. A 4th posted on this CT side. You know, there's a question still as to whether it's too little, too late. We saw them kind of reclaim rounds back on Inferno and all for naught. Pistol, still problematic for VP. Can't forget about that one. Single save here for Big. But their money's so good. Final round of the half. They can buy everything they want tenfold.
Fair enough, right? How are you supposed to get through that? You can't.
I think what's funny there is Searson still trying to come out and clear to the left after we get the pistol kill out of Jame. Like, you knew both sides are occupied. Yeah, exactly, right. Come on, guys. I got one.
Yeah, like he heard the 5-7. He was definitely going to die.
But, like you said, he's a soldier. Oof. But he's got an arm on him. Nade just dunked on Norbert. Searson finds 50 damage before the fight goes down. And they're eyeing up this cave control by the looks of it.
Cave is vacant, and so is mid control. Why is this such a passive hold across the map for VP? Weird. They're literally just trying to punish Big for lurking again, but I don't think they're doing this from a position of power. We'll see if Big walk into it, but it looks like they're just going to take cave control, which is free in theirs. Oh, no punish either.
Damn.
Yikes. But that's what they get for walking in late.
Pros is tucked while Searson awaits the next challenge. It's going to be Norbert. Oh, he's stepping in. Missed shot from Searson. Fame's thinking about the peak. Flash is coming at him. There's support. And Searson's going to take a second kill in the round. Prosis not able to get his just yet. There's still fights to be had. That Molotov, it doesn't quite spread. Norbert finds Sanctuary, pelted by a second nade. His teammates tearing him up, and Norbert's looking to still finish this job. 2 frag grenades drop Norbert to 18 health, and still he fights on. Finally dropped. James looking for his, but instead it is an 8th round for the T side of Big. No one can stop JDC. Searson, JDC, Prosis, Crimbo, Tapson, baby. Name of the stars at the moment. Big are absolutely having a field day with VP in this best of 3. Who would have thought that Electronics' hot-handed play in Dallas would come to a close in the most important match yet? They're not able to stop them on the T side. Let's see if VP's offense has anything to write home about. This was a map that they had started their Dallas endeavors on, and it is one that we had high hopes for. So the full-blown execute set for the A site. They've struggled with the pistols. They finally won their first at the start of this very ancient map. Can they do the unthinkable and take 2 pistols in a row? Crimbo sees it coming. Takes a little off James, just a little off the top. Little pepper damage. Foot's hanging on to a frag grenade if they decide to pop it open or just hand for the post plant. His hands are busy and the bomb goes down. So a 5v5 retake queued up. There is no kit on Big despite playing 1 player A. Norbert That was something. The push out from Searson's lane is not going to net them any kind of a retake frag. This is looking locked in for VP. You'd think Norbert comes out with another 2 frags. 3 frags for Big. JDC still kicking, but it's on top of Green. The flip will end things, and it's a 5th round to VP.
It's the 5th round and 2 pistol wins. Was it 8 straight that they lost, essentially, until this map here so far at Dallas? So, yeah, that can definitely change things around, you would think, except they won a pistol and got 4 rounds and a half. So they'll take anything that they can get to stage this comeback. But... oh, okay, to add on to how unlikely this game is, they get Electronic into the team, right? So if there's one way you want to like improve your odds at beating a team you'll always beat, you're taking a team from Na'Vi who also never lose to Big. They literally always crushed Big as well. So in some sense, they got the perfect rifle upgrade, never had any problem before. One more match, right? And they think. You think, and yet suddenly this is going to be an aberration on the record. But hopefully the trend sort of continues because it is about time that Big got better.
Make it make sense. Crimbo. Yeah, sorry, buddy. You're found out. James not falling for your games. And then they'll see that big pack of players getting dismantled. James going to have his hands full. Good chance for him to collect a little HLTV rating. And Flit's going to help him out. So the Red Room push dismantles that back lane stack. They don't get the B fight they'd hoped for. And Big's buy inbound.
Yeah, let's see if they can swing CT side. Now, I think if I'm Big, I go right for the game plan of controlling middle and forcing VP to play their slow rounds. As they come into this round, they should have the money and utility and everything. 1 MP9 is no big deal, but small tech issue, I'm assuming.
Fix it.
Yeah. That's quite a wider waterfall that Searson has going on.
Eventually, it'll join up with his beard.
It's like the, ramen noodles before you cook them.
And here we were thinking Steel had the best Zoomer cut.
Yeah, he does still have the TikTok haircut. We shan't take that away from Steel.
No, sir. Nice to have Steel back as an analyst. Haven't had him at a CS event since Katowice, where I think he did an okay job, He brought him back to do greater things.
Yeah. That's true. Now he gets home crowd advantage too, so he's going to think he's so good.
Yeah, it's true, right? Steel in a Dallas stadium. He's going to get everybody riled up with a North American representative. Has to be said, there will be an NA representative in the playoffs, whether that's the Canadians of Team Liquid or Jake Stewie 2K Yip.
Balls. Stew balls, 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 stew balls.
Did you see Stewie's 3K yesterday versus Maus on B-Site Ancient?
Hell yeah. I stayed up in bed watching that, screaming. That was insane. And genuinely, Stewie didn't have good stats or anything, but he actually was fine. He had really clutch rounds at the end of 2 important games.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
It's just about the impact, Major champion, by the way.
Yeah. He is an impact player. He is somebody where no matter how much people come at his ego and stuff like that, he has never in the server ever shown that he does anything except play to win. Like, he's only ever entried in his life. He's only ever played support.
Sure.
So, yeah.
JDC doesn't know what planets he's on. Absolutely flashed into the nether realm. He still manages to climb up the boxes. Here with Tabs in, they're going to take the pressure.
Fraudulent. Yeah, they can't really take B like this. They're going to get destroyed by grenades, destroyed by pressure.
Pro's just trying to pepper the smoke.
Look how many CTs are rotating over. This is feeling like all wrong here for BP. They need to frag their way out now.
JDC's falling back. He's a little concerned about elbow because why would there be 5 players on the lane? But he finds the timing versus Flit. split.
Oh.
Clean double kill from Norbert. Electronic clears out middle, but there's still legs to stand on for Searson. And we get that still hard dedicated A play. That's 3 deaths near this B bomb site, and still Searson, he's going down.
Wait, the bomb is staying outside B.
Can't manage to hold off any longer. Electronic will get his second kill of the round. That'll activate Fame to bring the bomb in, who was just cautious on the approach. And so with all the numbers there, Big still don't manage to hang on. And VP, you called it fraudulent, and I understand why. That was looking very sketchy for a second.
Yeah, we missed something because there was so much action happening at the same time, but it was Norbert got a 2K with his Galil on the ramp. Man, I don't know if that was tucked in the corner, but we see 2 people right at the mouth of Banana ready to walk down, I think. So that spray down made all the difference. Big could have obviously stayed in the site if they wanted to. They had 3 players there, plus JDC holding on to Heaven. And I think the only thing that Big were thinking was, are they really taking B control without any mid at all? No one coming late elbow? And I think that VP just tried to do something gimmicky here to score a round, to do something tricky, which I guess I understand, since Big are just sort of like standing up to the challenge of their regular rounds. But it starts off with a 5v4 for JDC with mid control, and then Norbert gets that spray down.
JDC really just couldn't believe that there was nobody coming at him from the other end of mid, but he'll get wind of it. Just keeping that ADR above 100 regardless. It's pistols back for Big. Searson on the full save, essentially. Hoping to get that op back in hand sooner than later. VP, it's a great chance to tie this game up at 8. JDC right here. Crimbo's 1 M4 trying to pepper down lane, but nobody on the receiving end of the damage. It's him that takes the nade to the chest. Molly goes a little far. JDC gets further into elbow. Electronics barrel's going to be spotted by JDC.
He's going to sneak through, isn't he? Oh, no.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I can't believe he couldn't see that. I would love to know what that looked like. I mean, obviously,
maybe he was
screen, but
thought the only reason he sees that is because there's a second player there, or I don't know, but felt like a freebie.
Sticking out.
Ends up being nothing. Virtus.pro will grind you to a halt if you give them the time to do it. Right now, they're doing exactly that. We're going to get Searson's solo USP inside of A site. They're hoping that they come to Crimbo, but not the case at the moment. 8 rounds all.
Last time Connor said that at Dallas. Okay.
8 rounds all.
Only because they're not even going to try it, even though they could technically win this round. I mean, the one round we see VP lose on a rifle now, I wouldn't say they get tricked. They definitely had really good players in great spots. They got out-fragged, so there's that. But I still am not seeing Big sort of like look nervous or shaky yet. On Inferno, at the end of the first half when VP got their 4 rounds back, that's when they started to look a lot better. It looked like they were just like completely warm. They got their B-side attacks going on. They figured out banana control. They even baited some re-aggressions that they punished. But since then, into the second half of that map, into the first half of this one, and so far now, I'm really not seeing Big just look really weak or anything like that. We basically got a pistol, 2 pistols in this map for VP, and conversions, and I think that's the reason that the score is tied up.
Turns out pistols make a hell of a difference, huh?
Yeah.
If only VP could have won any of the 6 versus FaZe, there's a chance they wouldn't even be in this head-to-head at the moment. But it's an improvement. Ancient features 2. Big held off for the buy so that Searson could get the op back. So let's see what this changes off of the pause to boot. I agree. Not looking flustered just yet. Still confident in their mid takes. Still getting up onto the lane, climbing up towards outside a cave. Back into the mid emphasis again. But it hasn't really been heavy mid play. They're going straight for the B charge, right up the ramp. They sense the opening. They're not wrong. We've got a player stuck behind pillar. It is with conviction that VP take this B site hit. What a perfect time for a change of pace. This one screams electronic. Okay, man. Yeah, nice one from Electronic. Up front, that's a little bit of big on what they pulled off. Whoa, that shot's bad somehow. And Electronic gets another. Ooh, now VP is starting to seize the opportunity. This is kind of flashbacks of the Electronic we'd had in the last 72 hours. Oof, yeah. James gonna knock one down. I feel like I've been seeing James with an AK more than ever. Okay, I'd like to look at the stats on that, but yeah, he's been definitely rifling. I mean, this guy switched to an AK in a 1v1 clutch just earlier this map. Yeah. Is James blossoming, Launders, into a new player? Has he understood the advantages of aggression? Has Electronic unlocked something in him? My suspicion is he's so talented, he's actually good at all playstyles, but he's also so intelligent that he knows the optimal one, and that's the only reason we see him op and save. So when there's the circumstance that he needs to change it up, he can do it seamlessly, and you just see him pull off something great with something he's never done before. Split right now. I'm not even joking, that's how I feel. I believe you. The same way I always believe James, without question. Oh, we got Aura. What a total turnaround, right? Into the A site they'll go. Trade frag out from Tabson. Pistol swarming. Ooh, the bomb plant's covered by smoke. Crimbo catches James and then the plant. Uh-oh. And Flit is late from A main with eyes honed in on him already. It is a 10-second stick going down. Crimbo's got the coverage. Flit gonna have to concede it. He'll walk forward. Nothing he can do to stop this one. And so, as fast as they took that A site, they lose it. Flit hangs on to the gun, but it's a round win for Big and one step closer to the 2-0 as they start to recover thanks to Tabson's double MP9. What's this call, Connor? When is the last time that VP have rushed 2 rounds in a row? Has the well been poisoned? This one's a little bit suspicious, I won't lie. It's the Electronic sickness. Maybe. See, so we go B site, then we go A site. B site worked. The round before that, they try to do the B aggression without taking mid control properly. So we're seeing 3 sort of like pocket strats come out in succession. One's half a default and 2 are rushes. I think when you're winning like that, you know, you're at the roulette table, you're betting black, it's black, it's black, you're making so much money. Okay, I think at that last round, you want to cut your losses. If they won again, maybe the easiest route to winning this map and getting it over with. But it suddenly doesn't feel like VP that much, and they also lose. So that, I think they just, what they're gambling is the confidence that Big get back after VP stage a 5-round T-side comeback and take the lead finally. Hansa util down mid again. We get Flit ahead of everybody else, taken down to 60 health. He's gonna lock into the cave wall. The scaffold is a sanctuary for him at the moment. JDC tries to keep the pressure up. It's been a few rounds where JDC hasn't had his impact. Flit knows exactly where he is, and we get all of VP outside of the B site. Little shadow for Plosis. He can't get this kill. Searson trade, but Fane double frag on the ramp. Norbert locks in. JDC takes his peek, and the trade is so key from Electronic through the wall. Searson will fall victim to this Norbert crouch, surely. Done. It is numbers inside of the B site to the strength of Virtus.pro yet again. Okay, back at it. This was like a rewind to 4 rounds ago. Really good on the trades. No chance for the retake. Op gets tricked. VP back in the lead. And now I want to know, you know, what comes up next. I want to see something, I want to say similar, but I want to see something to do with mid control, man. I want to see them playing like they are the better team who can default better than Big. I'll say it. I don't want to see VP rush anymore. Even if it's working?
Well, it isn't. So
even if it worked once,
even if it works, no, because I learned that from Josh. Never be outcome oriented.
Smart.
Yeah.
Terrorists win.
Three away from the win, and map 3 in the wings. Dust2 between Big and VP. Come on, we deserve it.
Yes, we do.
A classic map for both these cores. And a throwback to when they last met inside the server. It is simply meant to be. Oof, James gets a smidge of vision on Process, clips him over top of the boxes, and that is man advantage. Virtus.pro with an 11th on the line and all of the money invested here for Big. This is a tough place for them to be in, looking like Tabson feels the urge to go for the fight. And it's just so passive in contrast to the rounds prior where there were always players on this lane from VP that it's going to cause Big to scramble back from their forward setup.
Yeah. This is much better, but actually we see Big just in time to get information back. So, I mean, I love the round out of VP, and they get their 1 kill. A minute left over, and they can still do everything they want. And they come back for mid-control late. Crimbo in an interesting spot. No other flashes are going to come here.
Ooh,
oh, but he still dies.
Yep, had his chance and whiffed it. Tabson. Oh, and Searson. It's the re-aggression off lane that kind of sidelines the elbow play. Fits late lurk. Could it happen? It could be key, because once they see this contact at the A site, CT start to run away. Tabson just turned his back, and Flip plays the timing to perfection. Virtus.pro, even with the loss of the 2 players' elbow, looking to walk away with the round. Searson just wants to save it. And it has been a total cooldown of Process from Inferno to Ancient. He had a moment early on towards that B site at the very beginning of map 2, but it has been a dry streak ever since.
Now here's where I stand. This is the round that we want to see out of VP. A well-called default that's tricky, that's more on brand. They cut the rush short, or they cut the rush entirely, and they go for basically that same sort of start at B control. But we see a great adjustment out of Big to get info really fast. They keep mid early on. They still have a way back into this round. Electronic, if he doesn't get that kill, like, they probably get crushed inside of middle, right? No kills at all to go to to go back to VP, because they've got the push up on top of heaven as well. So Big were playing with information despite VP having a really good default and getting that kill and falling back. I don't think this game is done, but at least it's VP looking a lot stronger for the first time in the series.
Yeah, I think, you know, changing up just the approach to the round, right? Going back into the VP Classic. You could see it when Big wanted their fights outside of the B site. They clearly wanted to lock in and duel early on, but the fights just weren't there. And they just kind of get left in that no man's land, pulled apart in the later portion. VP showing a nice bit of depth, Mohan. Just when you said you didn't want to see rushes any longer, they divert from that attack, show us a little VP Classic, and it works out wonderfully for them to set themselves up to run away with map 2. Desperate buy coming out of Big. They're going to keep some money in the back pockets and come through with 3 pistols in the mix of it all. VP gunning for that 12th and sprinting towards the A site, met by the 5-7.
Oh.
Searson coming in clutch. Molotov bounces off his forehead. The utility pressure's here, but he's got support from Crimbo in a moment. Norbert tries to chase him down, ready for the repeak. Bomb hits the dirt, and Crimbo gets out.
Uh-oh. And Crimbo's got a nade back there on default. Not throwing it just yet as they walk out. Beautiful find at Electronic. Surely that nade comes soaring. I don't know.
Yeah, he's here with JDC. They will clean up that 3rd player in A main. Oh. Down goes the last. It is Searson from the bottom of the board alongside Process to set Big up with the X Factor.
God damn. They just try to set up in A main for control. You know, no plans to go out onto the site. Unfortunate team kill, of course, makes that a lot more dubious as to who was going to come out ahead with the better guns coming in, but a great 5-7 shot nonetheless. A gift to Big, who needed a little bit of X factor as they let control go of this game. And now we'll find out what really is going to take place. 10-11. They know each other now. They're faking A. The CTs actually can't even hear this, really. They're going to see this now, and they're actually rushing because they don't have any vision in the site. But what's the timing that VP have created? Are they going to take advantage of this?
JDC comes through the elbow smoke. Just blindly on his own tries to take an initiative. Nearly catches Jame off timing. Process, now's your chance. Oh, and he gets deleted by Norbert. Instant headshot. That A fake gets Big wrapped up. They were so ready for the fast B, thinking VP would revert back to what they threw at them since the start of the T side, and they could not be more wrong.
Dude, that is a crazy call to make, and you see it comes down to one smoke on Flit after that exec comes out. So they don't even have the chance to go forward with another full exec, obviously. 4 smokes used in that round. They needed to get something off the default, and they watched all the right angles. That's also something a little different here for VP that we don't see that often. A fake that fast, and it's justified by the fact that they've had rushes in this game, so Big believed it.
My God, Launders, we're watching VP evolve in Dallas.
Yeah.
You know, and who's to say that this fusion that Virtus.pro have been kind of putting forth won't be better than they've ever been? Oh, Searson, you're done. Fame glocks him down, and that is Big with a tough spot in the money in the next, and Virtus.pro locking in their 12th. Map 3, Dust2 awaits.
And it's not just 2 pistols, you know? I mean, 2 pistols keeps VP alive. They probably, well, they don't win this game without those 2 pistols. But now looking at this T side, if this T side continued, who knows how much they would win by if we went back to CSGO regulation or even further. They're growing in strength by the round. How many more ideas do they have?
Wow. Tronic gets away with it, but there's a player right behind him. Flick comes in with the cover. This one's falling apart at the seams. VP have taken it upon themselves to adapt throughout this T side. An aggression outside of B will cost Norbert, but that opens the door for A once bomb gets scooped up. Slightly delayed here in the process, but smoke down makes this way too easy for Flit. They're gonna feed him the frags. Talk about desperation. Process's 46 HP will not nearly be enough. Flit knows he has him pinned against the wall. And we see a mixed bag of tricks from Virtus.pro across this ancient T side that just paints the way to map 3. Process lights out on Inferno, looking to end this map with only 8 frags and 15 deaths, a contrast to what he brought to the table. Excellently called by Jame, and Virtus.pro show us a multitude of colors.
Absolutely. Love the different ways they approach the T side. At first, I was suspicious. They got Little Rush coming in there, not looking like themselves, but now they were looking a little bit more difficult to deal with like they were yesterday. Took about a map and a half sheet, that's for sure.
Tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Big without Gob B. It just doesn't feel right, but this is the new Big formula, so we have to get used to it whether we like it or not. I know you're out there, Gob. I know you're watching. You can't help it.
I feel like you should still stand there, at least.
Just let him stand on the side, man. Just
please.
Nobody's making eye contact. You know, he's trying to fist bump him after the game.
Objectively, you can't say he didn't look good.
What are they going to do without his hype? You know, that's what I'm thinking, dude. The Gob B hype was so real. I'm sorry, Kakafu. I just don't think you got it. You ain't got them Gob pipes. JDC opens up. First kill is Biggs. Can VP win a 3rd pistol in a series? History would tell you no chance. But they've been turning the tide with the 2 pistol wins back on Ancient. I think it would be only fair that we split pistols here on map 3. Keep it close. Let the rifles decide. Process Gonna get flashed around the corner and find the jump up. Flit keeps his head tucked. Fame's right there with him. Long control being taken here by Norbert. He's kind of throwing caution to the wind, but there's gonna be a repeat from JDC through middle, seeing nothing despite 2 players right there on Xbox.
This is nuts. Ooh. And now this is the only clue that you get if it's going to be the A site. And now they have to drop off. Uh-oh, awkward.
Not ideal. You got 3 players kind of sitting here in the crocodile pit.
Uh-oh.
Norbert comes gunning down long. Oh, look at that kill feed. Flit fills it up. And Crimbo failing the Xbox jump. Why'd we have to show it? Poor guy. Come on, Chev. You're throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, that might have been CS2, to be honest.
Yeah. Excuses. All right.
Nice
VP.
looking Glock, though.
The old fade.
Yep.
It's a Counter-Strike classic. Crimbo hoping that somebody comes exiting catwalk. Not the case. He's going to find nothing except for the top mid fight versus Norbert, who, crazily enough, didn't get any of the kills as he attacked them from long. I thought for sure, with so many players looking the wrong direction, he was about to feast, but it was the cat killer that comes through clutch instead.
Had them hunched over, so maybe it was
The cat killer. That sounds like a neighborhood
cat
menace.
Killer.
Excuse
True.
me, I meant the catwalk entry fragger.
Yeah, you said something like "shush eats babies" yesterday. Now you're saying the cat killer today. What's next?
Who knows? Who knows? I'm just getting started. Actually, we're done after today here at Dallas, so we got to get our good content out now. We're running out of runway. Quick, take off. Smoking Crimbo's hands. Will it be enough? I don't know. They're already ahead of it. Fame. Oh, he loses vision. Oh, like a mulcher. Crimbo just shreds the HP of the entire pack. The Deagle comes through from JDC. That ain't what VP wanted.
Yikes, they had to run through that. Full smoke, I mean, and it's in a tunnel that small, it goes all the way to the end, right? With the new volumetric smoke, so they were just totally smoke blind. Had to peel away from that. I mean, it's obvious that there was so many more players in that tunnel between the sound to confirm kills that they just got. And look at the HP bars, looking like a Winamp equalizer at the moment. But here between the T's that are left. At this point in the round, they're saving. Well, okay.
Why do you sound surprised?
Well, it was almost a full minute.
I rest my case.
It's an anti-eco.
I bet you these rounds just drive Electronic insane.
Yeah. He's like, you guys do this?
By choice? It's the same effect, though, when we see like 3 rush rounds in a row and back on Ancient. You know, James' eyes are twitching. It's the duality of
player,
VP.
though. People want to play with him. Like, Device looks up to him. Electronic wanted to come over for some time.
Counter-terrorists win.
He's got aura.
I wonder what he's like to hang out with, you know?
He's funny. I mean, I watch all of his game time videos. He's just a funny guy.
I had a hunch.
Yeah.
Can only imagine what James gets up to on the road, living in hotels, just watching VODs and anime. Never seen James at a party, I have to say.
That's true.
Not once.
I've never thought about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even for me back in the day. Huh.
I've seen Norbert get down. Okay? But never James. Oh, nice shot, JDC. Is JDC going to be God mode inside the mid section of the map today? Because we've had a good showing from him back on Ancient. He's being kind of pesky for these mid setups for Virtus.pro, pretty continuously pulling players off of it. So shout out JDC, 3 kills already, 3 rounds in. And it was Electronic's head who he popped all the way at top mid. So Norbert's going to be going in for the door control. They have the utility to smoke off CT and engage into the B split, which would put pressure on JDC and Crimbo. Kind of going back into that like Inferno A defense, the same 2 players trying to tether Crimbo. It's a tough job with the MP9 to peek down mid, but Tabson off the CT smoke, just gets a glimpse. Jake tries to run, and Tabson chews through everything. That is 3 kills off of Big's IGL. Make it a 4th. Tabson comes in key.
Damn, they were really nice. They've been making really great connections between, you know, the player who attacks first, player who has to trade in this series. They've been just close enough. Like if Tabson takes any more time, he lets that bomb escape. Here he fights perfectly where he's like, okay, I've got them under max pressure. He knows how to keep it going without overdoing it. And I feel like Big have just been looking out for each other in a way that we haven't seen in the last year or so.
Again, trying to pressure the mid presence early, this time with the nades back to back. Hey! Electronic gets to live a little bit longer this round, but man, he's been muted out of the gate so far on Dust2. They're going to try to just move these pistols, stampede through mid doors perhaps. You know, getting to catwalk is one thing. Doing anything from that point forward is the next task, and JDC continues to dish out the fresh fades. It's a 0-2-2, I tell ya. Line up on the door well. All done for. Pistols will get nothing going. Clean up on middle.
And we haven't even seen Searson yet. We got Searson CT side coming up. Oh, there's his first kill on this op. And I think that this is basically the map, CT side, where he can go lights out. There's probably not much prep here for this Dust2 with these 2 teams. I feel like they both be very confident in themselves and not think too much about like, oh, like how much anti-strat do we need to bring to Dust2? Who knows what people are changing on the fly right now? This map coming back in.
Ooh, top mid aggression. We haven't seen this, right? It's been CT's fighting from the other side of doors this entire time. Oh, and JDC wants out.
That's a good time to escape, actually, even though there's no one in lower tunnels. Oh my God! Wow, what a shot to find.
That's nuts. JDC's not stopping. And you said we hadn't seen Searson yet, but that AWP is on B site, so it's going to be the rifles coming back out of the spawn. Electronic heard one burning. He gets all the way to the bomb site. Tabson's hands are busy. Norbert, Electronic, and James. It's a kill a pop. And it is all of A-Site under wraps. VP just chewed right through them. Guns make a world of difference. How many times have we seen them get to catwalk only to stagnate? This time, it is a waterfall of aggression that overflows the A-Site.
No kidding. That is 100% frags. That is 100% frags. Big had them in a pretty good spot right there, and they fragged their way out. That was how Electronic likes to scale. He got up so fast to the site that they thought they were shooting guys in the back. He was very quick about that. That was cool and very uniquely Electronic. And then beyond that, it was essentially just better aim. Good kills from Norbert, good kills from Electronic. They dominated. Weaving through those grenades. After this, too.
Yeah, that frag's kind of stupid, huh? In all the best ways. Just...
Yeah. If he wasn't finding so many of them.
Yeah, right? Yeah, very, very tuned in with the mid play at the moment, JDC. Double up immediately. coming out from big. And every once in a while, it's a nice treat, this Crimbo. Oh, okay, I love the angle. It almost clips the lower peak, but JDC gets away with all his health. I'd say lucky to be alive. Damn, Crimbo, really? The secondary op, and he posts inside tunnels. It could work. Oh, nicely done to dismantle that one. Fame gets the op back, and that's going to leave big without much information. Another flash to get out long. Process, perfect position, using the edge of the wooden blue box to dodge the flashbang and push VP back into the 3v5. Wonderfully positioned.
Yeah, and so there's some... Ooh, nice one there for Searson, waiting for that. So there is some... the flash can land right at the opening of the door, and he would have eaten it. If it goes a little farther, it obviously blinds you more towards pit as well as the corner. So it could stylistically just be a choice as to how much farther it goes out. It could have also just been offhanded and missed slightly. So moments like that, it can be a matter of option coverage. Process knows if it goes a little too far, I've got it covered. If it's a perfect pop flash, maybe he's screwed. But in that situation, it wouldn't cover enough of long to be a good idea.
Time expires. VP survive with 2. That could have gone so differently if the Crimbo kill towards tunnels comes out for Virtus.pro, but even with the flash perfectly placed on that half of the map, maybe they don't go for long control if tunnels dies and they can just hit B instead, but instead it forces them to walk out and meet their maker. Process, clean double kill.
God, I could really go for a Monster Energy right now.
Crack a cold one. Don't even drink it, just rub it on your skin.
I like doing that.
Mm-hmm. I hear the fizziness is good for your pores.
With us. Yeah, that and just the condensation and cold feel is great for a summer day. Just rub it all over your body before you drink it. I hope they're okay with us giving you that visual about...
Oh, we missed the Crimbo kill because...
Oh my goodness.
Jame is fast to the fight. JDC, oh, he wanted tunnels. Ow. 1 round to go. Just dodged the op shot of Jame. And this time, he gets down into the tunnels, gets dirty, and finds damage. They know what they can transition into though, right? Fast B control off of the back of this. He spotted 2 players and they don't seem wary of this. Nobody's looking at B site.
Dude, he pulled this off again. I mean, they could come in here. The only problem they could do now is if they don't think he could have crossed, that'd be the biggest mistake they could make. If they come up into the window, JDC might just simply die. Oh, he does. Electronic found something.
JDC really thinking that the timing just wasn't there, but he could not be more wrong. Electronic, no! Had a fade out. Switches back to the Tech 9, will find an upgrade. Tunnel shot, rings out. Process missing the chance to drop the opper.
Did he even know?
I don't know. Really? He may not have noticed, right?
I
he
guess
may not have noticed that one bullet ring out. He goes for the peek.
Got the shot. Wait a second.
He's on the smoke. Whoa! Process just barrel stuffs him. Jame didn't notice the one bullet ring out, kills the player doors. There are so many moments of timing, so many devilish details to break down in that round. I can't believe it.
I thought Electronic getting into the site was enough. Crossing with his Tech 9 so quickly, he caught JDC in the window. After this start, what a kill from Jame, what a double kill from JDC, what a sneak from Electronic. And then Searson walked into the door, got his kill before dying. How?
Nonsense.
Jame misses a bullet going into tunnels. The bullet hits the wall beside him, but he can't hear because it's silenced. Insane. And another opener for Jame.
Back-to-back 4v5s.
Another lower push for JDC.
It's Groundhog Day. Okay. Oh, JDC does it again. This time holding off middle as well. Fame tries to get him back, but the Molotov's going to prevent him. Norbert will kill Crimbo. No support for JDC. Doesn't give a damn.
Last bullets. What? And a B sneak again from Electronic.
What are we watching? Now we just need that T-spawn bullet whiff. Rinse and repeat. They will try to get themselves up into the site again. Utility soon to fade. Electronic is just stuck close on the window. Oh, this smoke on the doorway is going to cause a problem. Can they get any trade going? Both T's just press up against it. They flood out forward. Electronic can't get anything done. Fame's going to try to sneak through doors, and Process just shoots him in the face.
Oh. And they get the defuse, and it is, I feel like Bill Murray. It is Groundhog Day once again. This time versus an easier round, quote unquote, but what the hell? This kill into the 2K in tunnels, into Electronic sneaking into the B side, dude. What? It was crazy enough that it happened once. Baby rage here for Norbert.
Yikes, he's burning. Searson not quite as successful as JDC has been down in the tunnels. Tabson scouring the climb up. There it is. Ooh, but he disengages. There's more than one up on that catwalk. Electronic gets pelted by the frag grenade. You know, VP have had success with the cat crunch, and it's looking like it's going to go smoothly unless Process can go massive yet again. Him and Tabson, all that remains of the A defense, and luckily Tabson's util gets him back into the site, but this can just redirect VP into the solo B hold of Crimbo. Tabson's trying to help out all over the place. He was just on ramp. Now he's coming back at CT. Perfect jump up. Slick movement. Spots more players.
Yeah.
Process is primed, and if they go towards window, he still has a gap on that smoke, I think. Yes, he attacks him from behind. Electronic gets clipped. His vision over top of the smoke is fantastic. And Crimbo's getting queued up to come peek down here with this. Process tries to go through it, dives the offer. James gives cover. Big get a little too crazy.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too crazy. They didn't even get in the sight right there. They were just trying to beat him up inside of middle like it worked so well before when Tabson got that 4K. I guess they were in a decent spot to try to do it, but with the smoke down in CT, maybe Crimbo shouldn't have been swinging out. There's clearly a plan to go out for this attack, but they probably needed to pause at this point. Like, this was actually free as long as the smoke was up in CT spawn. Another shot from James on this cross.
Man, he's not making it any easier for the B defense, and the buy won't either. Limitations for Big. They're going for the long control. We haven't really seen them attack the back of middle by taking over doors. Maybe this would be the round to do it. They're trying to bait somebody to peek into Searson, making tons of sound here as Process. And Norbert's not biting just yet. Mid-fight again. Whoa, there's the crossback. Searson, all that patience for naught. Electronic sees a route around the smoke. Look at that little CT Molotov. Teensy weensy burning fire. Not going to hold him back. So cute. Electronic doesn't give a damn about your campfire. Damn, what a nerf, man.
I know.
Electronic, he's been weird in these smokes, and he could drop to CT off the flash. Oh. Surely Tabson hears that. JDC has to turn. Tabson would have to come through the smoke to challenge, and he will. Back's turned. James again. Both kills. Deep CT. Crimbo keeps his head tucked towards the car. He's so outnumbered, but he's hanging on for dear life. Almost putting up another multi. Process hot on the flank of middle, but James just waits on the scaffold, and James is the key to these mid takes for VP.
Yeah, it's all ending on mid to B before the bomb's even getting planted. Like, it's so crazy how this half has been. And it's exactly, I guess, what I expected. Lots of confidence from both teams playing this map versus each other. Didn't expect it to end up like this with so many mid Bs and so many frags coming out of the CT spawn area, pushing out of the window to end almost every single round. But finally a save here for Big. Virtus.pro have been through it in this half, and now they get a chance to just feast.
Good flash. Blinds one of the two. Norbert still has helping hands, or so he had. Electronic actually gets swept away. That's the bomb in the doors. Norbert's got a smoke, and the CT's still majority pistols. Tabson's trying to kill Norbert, but that's not going to get away. What? Get out of my way. James sticks around to help out with his P250. A man of class, James. Plays the P250, not the 5.7 or the Tech 9. Gotta respect it. JDC would love to keep adding to his CT stats as we get to the tail end of this one, but it's just the two deaths by the looks of it.
Yeah, has just had a crazy tournament so far. He will be probably #1 after this, depending on how the rest of this map goes. But he's looking to take first place in the event. I mean, if it's Zontix, it's unlikely he stays up there just because Donk's on the team. But JDC has been clearly the best player on Big right now. So, yeah, the level that he's shown here in Dallas is pretty extraordinary. It would obviously be a little bit more bittersweet if they lose, because this is an elimination game. And that's definitely possible.
Ooh, they're going for the long control out of spawn. Oh, Fame trying to dive to blue. Tabson wasn't blind enough. There goes JDC climbing up with the fast cat straight into Electronic. Sidelines him for the last round of the half. JDC has had such impact, whether that's on his side of the doors, whether that's deep in the tunnels, and now off of the catwalk. Multiple approaches to mid-control, and he thrives in each and every one of them. We get him shuffling his way back through CT spawn just ahead of what could have been the commitment. Flit's going to get burned out from his position, even with the tiny incendiary. JDC knows that he was in there. Flit gets away, though.
So good on the smoke spams have been JDC. Can't find the timing this time around. Flit gets away, but on half.
Searson back on ramp. Searson. Bit of a quiet half from him, but a chance to finish with a highlight, perhaps, on an M4. With support from Process on long, they've done enough to take the bomb site and plant for Catwalk. Oh, Jame, that's cover from Cat. But do they lose Xbox in the meantime, right? Their post-plant for Catwalk is compromised. Everybody's taking the site. James trying to help out from the top of ramp, but he dies out. Oh, it's Flit with the second headshot. So clean. He's got no clue where Crimbo's coming in from. He keeps his head down. He's wary of the Crimbo approach. It's a dink to 2 HP.
Oh, he's
jumping desperation. Crimbo just wants this frag, but now he's low health. The Glock is out, and Crimbo just can't find it. He'll get it with the USP. Runs in with the kit to defuse.
It's so close, but he's got it.
Yeah, he's going to end this half with a 7th round for Big. Wild antics across Dust2, but nothing as insane as the 17 kills from JDC. JDC, John De Castro, just dem clutches the man of Dust2, I tell ya. He's got frustration across the faces of Virtus.pro while he laughs his way to the bank. A phenomenal CT side coming out of the promising ex-Maus, now big German rifler.
Let's see if he can complete it. Basically, I think he's got to be very proud of what he's done so far, but nothing will really matter if they lose this map. It will all be sort of for naught. They'll have one big win so far here at Dallas and not much else, just stats. So let's see if this team can help him out.
Miss flash. They were thinking maybe Flit could come around the corner to blinded eyes, but instead it is a pack of big players ready to take it over. Pistol's the name of the game. And I don't mean positively for Virtus.pro. So this one's looking dire.
Bomb has been planted.
Again, came in today ready to be extremely surprised if Big were able to win the series, into seeing that first map and thinking, what the hell are we witnessing? They're winning their first map in franchise history versus a team they can never beat, who was so close to even beating FaZe yesterday. This would be such a disappointing exit for VP. It would be the same for Big. And so in that sense, a lot's on the line. And the fact they had to do this battle all the way to 3 maps today is sort of a shame for everyone who didn't see it, because we saw some really great things coming out of both teams. But because there's only one victor, that's the only team that's really going to be talked about as this tournament moves forward.
You know, it felt like an anomaly too versus the FlyQuest matchup. JDC being that kind of above and beyond everybody else at the tournament. But goddamn, he's done it again so far. Pistols towards long. There's Prosis. 3 headshots. And Crimbo here to clean up shop. Done.
Done. Oof. Yeah, 5 straight. Or 5 alive, I mean. And they have so much money. They've got their T side ready. How far is too far gone?
Heavy numbers on long. Oh, trying to contain this door control, but Crimbo locks into the blue box. And JDC is so quick with the trade frag down middle that there is a glaring gap in mid towards B, but the B defender did push tunnels. If they split up, then maybe he gets a fight. James climbing the box, but it's covered. Tabson knows. It was Tabson himself that used those sorts of plays to stop the B splits. And now, with eyes on it, the 2 VP players coming in from middle, they're wary of the tunnels push, sure enough, but that tunnels push has turned into the 2-player mid-wrap. And now Flit and Fame will have a tough job of getting the retake in. Now they've got the molly, they've got the smoke. Molly goes out to Carr. Oh, but that just fools Tabson. Fire at his feet and fire at his fingertips. A double kill to close it.
Massive round from sort of the oldest player here on Big Clan. Watching the smoke for the jump up, as you mentioned, you know, making sure not to fall for his own tricks on CT side. Really good coverage. Leads to Big to 10 so quickly. VP potentially on their last 3 rounds of the event. It's got to be even more confusing for them. There's something about linear progression that even if you start off slow, at least you're getting better and better. But when we see what they can do into today, where they're suddenly falling apart again, you wonder, you have to wonder, like, why? And I don't know if you'll have the answers. Ancient T-side was a good sign, but if 2 of the 3 of the maps are not good, don't know what else there is to say.
Tabson, he'll open up. Oh, and while blind, he just
noise.
Shuts down Fame, so hot damn. Crimbo trying to off, his teammate sits right in front of him. Searson wants his op back. There we go. Just get your dirty hands off my op. And that 1M4 of Flitz not looking to do all too much. Smoked off. They will cut their losses. They will forfeit this 11th. And Big are on the fast track to victory today. Now, it is a long day for either of these teams as we need to get our playoff rosters locked in. So another best of 3 later today versus Heroic. That doesn't feel like a somewhat winnable game for Big at this point, you know. Big in playoffs? Question mark.
Yeah. I mean, Heroic 2-0 Navi. I don't even know what is going on here in Dallas.
But like, you know, what are Navi? Like major champions or something?
Dude. Yeah, this is it's not been a good look for them.
But it's Dallas, baby. Weird things happen. Cloud9 2 years ago. Ents picked up their trophy hoist 1 year ago.
You mean Falcons?
Yeah.
Super team down.
Yeah. And now Big are going to win it in 2024. Can I get a hell yeah?
Of all the teams, random teams that sort of like picked up lands, like the Cloud9 roster, Heroic finally they won Washington at one point, and then there was like, you know, Outsiders won Rio and stuff. Like Big never got their land win in the last few years, even being the #1 team online, 2020. It is time, actually. We are due. Winner of this match wins Dallas. That makes so much sense to me.
Okay. The prophecy has been foretold. James posted up on the lower angle. Should be a good opening kill. And he'll get away because there's no real trade potential there for Big. Smoke up in front of Prosis. Couldn't really take much of a risk. Also had to preoccupy, himself with long. I have hiccups because I'm getting nervous about Big winning the event. He's going to walk out long doors and Norbert. Oh, Norbert's right there. Nice off angle from Norberto for the 5v3. So off-putting to see the rest of Virtus.pro just kind of walk into this decider as a shell of themselves. James trying his absolute damnedest to keep it alive. How many times on that T side was James just zinging those shots through the mid doors, either kills or tags on Crimbo almost every single time?
Yeah, every round.
Now the defense is going to be a chance for VP to kind of lock in off the rifles, but here we go. B-test to come out. Fame posted, perched up above. Crimbo, and Tabson, they cleared it. That's unbelievable. The flash assist from Tabson to take man advantage. Crimbo comes out low health and still gets 2. And with that, the bomb is down and a difficult retake demanded of James and Norbert. What a way this would be for Big to take a 12th. They will burn Crimbo out of the corner. He is not long for this world. Norbert waiting for his chance to come out window, but this is Searson locking him in, so the flash has to be fantastic. Oh, the goes in. Norbert's burned. Dropped to 44. Tabson his 17th frag. And believe your eyes, Big take that B site by storm.
Man, maybe a contender for best round that Big have played so far in this series. After one of their amazing ancient calls, that is crazy to get a map point. I mean, they come forward with this sort of stringy, here are some nades coming in to make sure things are clean, but full focused on who could be top boxes as they exit, on top of the second player in, perfectly ready for the window. The clear is incredible. Oh, the second kill from Crimbo is disgusting too. And they needed all 3 to get in. That is such a ridiculous 3v5 to pull off versus Virtus.pro, and the best sign that we've seen for Big.
Norbert dodges the op shot. Crimbo trying the entry again off his spawn. Searson will take the op back.
Turn on the Xbox.
I only have 3 lives left. I could do it. Fails. But they get up to the catwalk uncontested. Searson posted in case there's an aggression. Grenade, JDC won't be too concerned about that. Lurk smoke for the catwalk. Flash for the corner. Second nade comes JDC's way. Very much indicative that VP read the progression Big have had at taking this catwalk, but it is also flustering the 3 players stuck on A. You can see it starting to draw the B defenders closer towards middle as well, but this is indeed the split from Big. They're going to get out long. Norbert trying to time his peak. Now has to fall back. The chase is right there, but the flash comes out from the defense, and they're trying their damnedest to hold them back. Process in the open. Oh, just clips Jame over the box. Searson clears electronic, and Big on the brink of eliminating VP in demanding fashion. The 2B defenders trying to get into the mix. Flash to take Flit out of it. He is relegated to the corner as Fame comes up catwalk. There is very few seconds left over. No utility to stop this plant, and so Flit has to get into the action with the rifle. Another molly. The Cat player confirms there's no flank. Long members of Big can just hold for the post, and Crimbo wants to dance with Fame, but he keeps his head down as the commitment comes out. Flit, shattered on the approach. And as Crimbo continues to just toy with Fame, it's a 1v3 demanded of him. Health is low, and down he goes. Big will shut down VP.
What a statement, man. What a statement. I mean, this is a game going over on the B stream, and some people might be wondering, you know, is this the match to watch? But it really was. That was an awesome showing from Big. They made VP look weak. Again, first time in their franchise history.